शुक्लांबरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये व्यासं वसिष्ठनप्तारं शक्तेः पौत्रमकल्मषं पराशरात्मजं वन्दे शुकतातं तपोनिधिं व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां योगिनं विश्वनाथाख्यम् अस्मत्तातस्वरूपिणम् आत्मलाभात् परं लाभं वक्तारं न कदाचन गीतार्थग्रन्थकर्तारं श्रीगुरुं प्रणमाम्यहं योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मे वाचं धृतिं बुद्धिं प्रचोदयात्। ओम नमः सभाभ्यः सभापतिभ्यश्च वो नमः। Om. Friends, we are going to be doing Viṣṇu Sahasranāma 9th session today. We shall be considering the names 73 to 89. The 73rd name is Madhusudana. We saw up to Hiranyagarbho, Bhugarbho, Madhavo, Madhusudana. Up to Madhavaha we have seen. So Madhusudana. You see, several names of God contain a whole mythological event. Here Madhusudana actually reflects a whole mythological event. The story that I am going to narrate to you is extracted from the Mahabharata, Sabha Parva, chapter 38. After each deluge, the deluge is a cycle. You see, creation, dissolution, then creation, dissolution, like that. So at the dissolution time, there is a total deluge. After each deluge, the next morning of the cosmic day, that is the morning of the Creator has to create from scratch. At the beginning of one such morning, two demons, Madhu and Kaitaba, arose from the dirt of the Lord's ear. He was just rising up from his yoga nidra, cosmic yoga sleep. And these two demons arose from the dirt and the tamoguna. That was the first thing that the Creator emanated from the Creator. The Creator caused the first sound of vibration of Om, and from that the Vedas arose. But the two demons took away all the Vedas. Vedas were made inaccessible. The Lord had to take the manifestation of Hayagriva and brought the Vedas back. The demons were furious. They began to shake up the very foundations of the Creator, of the divine lotus stalk. The divine lotus stalk, that is where the seat of the Creator, that is where he sits and creates. So that was shaken like hell. So the Lord decided to do away with these two demons. They were nothing but tamoguna personified. So the Lord promised to give them whatever they wanted. I think it's a kind of a leela. They were arrogant enough to throw back the same question at the Lord. They asked the Lord, what boon do you want from us? So the Lord now replied, the Lord continued the play. The Lord now replied, I want your death. They replied, supposedly very cleverly, yes, you can destroy us, provided you do it in sky uncovered by cloth. The Lord removed the cloth from his own thighs, put them on his lap and destroyed them. It is important to note here that in the Lord's cosmic form, Virat Swarupa, his feet are the earth and his thighs are the space of the sky. Bhuvpado, in Viṣṇu Sahasranāma, there is a prayer sloka, Bhuvpado yasya nabhir vyadasura nilas Chandrasuryau Janetre Bhuvpadau. The Bhumi, that is, the earth is the Padau. Bhuvpadau Yasya Nabhihi Vyate. The Nabhi, the navel, is the sky. So between the navel and the feet, the sky portion, space portion is there. So that is where, so the thighs, he uncovered the cloth and put them there and destroyed them. This act of removing the cloth from his thighs fulfilled the demon's requirement of a sky uncovered by cloth. What they thought would not happen, happened by the strategic leela of the Lord to kill the two Asuras. This is the story from Sabha Parva of the Mahabharata. There is almost a similar story in the Devi Bhagavatam and probably in Vishnu Purana also, which I don't know. But these stories might slightly differ in micro details, but generally it is something like this. Therefore he is Madhusudana. You see, and Madhusudana, remember, is an important name. Keshava, Narayana, Madhava, Govinda, Vishnu, Madhusudana is the sixth name of the 12 important names of Vishnu. So Madhusudanaya Namaha. Next is Ishwaro Vikrami Dhanvi Medhavi Vikramakrama Ishwaraha. Ishwara means Lord, Almighty, one who is omnipotent. So he has all powers in him to the full. Isha, the verb ish, means to rule, to command, to be master of, to bring under control. So all these things, Ishwara. That is why the Gita also says, in the last 18th chapter, almost at the end, Ishwara sarva bhutanam hriddeshe arjuna tishtati brahmayan sarva bhutani yantra rudhani maya. He sits there in the heart of all beings. Sarva bhutanam, Ishwara sarva bhutanam hriddeshe arjuna tishtati brahmayan sarva bhutani. He is, activating. Brahmayan, activating every living being. Brahmayan sarva bhutani yantra rudhani maya. As if he is at the center of an engine. Right? So it is all only by Maya, but this is what is being done. Therefore he is Ishwaraha. You see, the manifested powers of life, there are three powers in human life. Expresses themselves in everyone. The manifested power expresses as the power of action in the body, as the power of desire in the mind, as the power of knowledge in the intellect. Body, mind, intellect. In the body it expresses as action, Kriya Shakti. In the mind it expresses as desire, Ichha Shakti. In the intellect it expresses as the power of knowledge, Jnana Shakti. So Kriya Shakti, Ichha Shakti, Jnana Shakti. All these three powers are manifestations of the Lord. He is the one everywhere. He is the total mighty power, the great Vishnu. The correct English translation, of course, is Almighty, Ishwara, Almighty. As I told you, the verb Ish has all the meanings in it. Ruling, commanding, being a master, and bring everything under control. Therefore he is Ishwara. Ishwaro Vikrami Dhanvi Vikrami. Vikrami means one full of prowess. Vikrama, prowess. He can do whatever he wants because his very determination, sankalpa means determination. He thinks and it is done. His determination is invincible. He is saying, in Vamana Avatar, he decided to grow to the three worlds as a Trivikrama, and immediately he was able to do it. So he is Vikrami. That is the name number 75. Ishwaro Vikrami Dhanvi. Dhanvi. Dhanvi, the one who possesses the famous Sharanga bow. Sharangadhara. Later, Viṣṇu Sahasranāma itself is going to come get the name Sharangadhara. The one who possesses the Sharanga bow. The Sharanga bow is the mightiest among all weapons. One who is having this mighty bow at all times is Dhanvi. Dhanuhu asya asthiti. It can also remind us of his incarnation as Sri Rama, because in order to protect the world from the mighty Rakshasas of Lanka, he had to dedicate a substantial part of his life and time, almost all the time, wielding his bow. That is why Rama is called Dhanushpani or Kodandarama, right? In his attitude of protection, he is called Kodandarama. So the term Dhanvi fits Vishnu very well. The wielder of the bow is quite appropriate for Vishnu. That is why Gita itself says, in the 10th chapter, Krishna details on in what forms do you appear. Can you tell me? And Arjuna, when Arjuna asks, he goes on describing, I am so and so in this, I am so and so in this. Rama Shastra Vritam Aham. Shastra Vritam, among those who wield a bow, I am Rama, he says in chapter 10, Shloka 31. So he is Dhanvi. Dhanvi. The next name is interesting. Medhavi. Medha means intelligent power. Intelligence which can comprehend the most profound and the deepest ideas. It is a mental power with a tenacious memory. He who has Medha is called Medhavi. Shankara, in his commentary, he says, Bahugranta Grahana Samarthyam. Bahugranta Grahana Samarthyam. It is the power to grasp and retain ideas from a multiplicity of writings. Bahugranta. Whether it is academic, whether it is scientific, whether it is philosophical. Everything will be understood by him. He is already Ishwara, he is Vikrami, he is Dhanvi, therefore he is Medhavi. Because he has the power to do whatever he wants, he wields a mighty Dhanus, and he is therefore very powerful. He is also the one knower. He is the knower inside. He is knowing everything at all times, at once. He knows things all the time, at once, immediately, because he is the infinite consciousness. He is consciousness supreme. Therefore, he is Medhavi. Incidentally, there is a Medha Suktam in Rigveda. And in the Taittiriya Upanishad, it is hinted in one paragraph. Yaschandasam Shabo Vishwarupaha Chando Bhyodhyamritaat Sambabuvam Samendro Medhaya Spranotu Samendro Medhaya Spranotu. Let the supreme power spark in me, in my intelligence, and spark my intelligent power. Medhaya Spranotu. In fact, children, youngsters, students, brahmacharis who want to increase their power of comprehension are advised to take that paragraph in Taittiriya Upanishad and repeat it. Yaschandasa Vrishabho Vishwarupaha Chandobhyodhyamrtaat Sambhavuvam Samendro Medhayaat Pranotu. Goes on. There are, I think, 4 or 5 more sentences. It goes on like that. In the Medha Suktam, there are about 8 or 9 riks, that is lines, 2-line verses, of which the last one, that Medha Suktam occurs both in Rigveda and Yajurveda. It says, Mayi Medham, Mayi Prajam, Mayi Yaknistejo Dadatu, Mayi Medham, Mayi Prajam, Mayi Suryo Brajo Dadatu, Mayi Medham, Mayi Prajam, Mayi Indra Indriyan Dadatu. 3 things we are asking. All the 3 times, you see, we are asking the Agni, we are asking Indra. It's a prayer. We are asking Agni, we are asking Indra, we are asking Surya. These 3 deities we are asking. What are we asking? Mayi Medham, give me Medha, intelligent power, power of intelligence. Give me offsprings. Mayi Prajam, Mayi Medham, Mayi Prajam, Mayi Agnistejo Dadatu. Give me excellent power, Tejas. Agnis Tejo Dadatu. So from Agni you ask Tejas or brilliance. Mayi Medham, Mayi Prajam, Mayi Indra Indriyan Dadatu. From Indra you ask control of the senses. Indriyan Dadatu. Mayi Medham, Mayi Prajam, Mayi Suryo Brajo Dadatu. From Surya, you ask power, right? Mighty power. Now, in all these cases, every time you are asking Medha and Praja, Medha is so important. This is called Medha Suktam, and one repeats Medha Suktam for purposes of acquiring intelligence and power of comprehension. Incidentally, I have something to tell you which I have not told you, which I probably ought to have told you right in the beginning. In the Viṣṇu Sahasranāma, there are 108 shlokas. 108. Of course, together each name, in each one there are 8 or 9 or 10 or 11 names. So altogether they add up to 1008 names. But shlokas, there are 108. Each person belongs to a certain nakshatra. There are 27 asterisms of Indian astronomy. Ashwati, Bharani, Kritika, Rohini, Mrigashira, like that. Ardra, like that. There are 27 asterisms. Each one of us is born under a particular asterism. So, suppose somebody is born in the asterism Ashwini, for him the recommendation is the first 4 shlokas of Viṣṇu Sahasranāma for a repetition, for his personalized, it is a kind of a customized benefit. You see, generally Viṣṇu Sahasranāma is beneficial to everybody, but it is a customized benefit for that particular person who are born in the Ashwini asterism. Those who are born in the Bharani asterism, the next 4. Shloka number 5, shloka number 6, shloka number 7, shloka number 8. Then 9, 10, 11, 12. Actually, we are now in what shloka? Shloka number 9. Ishwara Vikrami. Then we are in shloka number 9. 9, 10, 11 and 12 are the protective shlokas for the people who are born under Kritika, Pleiades, Kritika asterism. Kartika in Tamil, Kritika in Sanskrit, Kritika asterism. So like that, all the 108 shlokas are divided 27 times 4. By 4 shlokas, if you take it, you will be exhausting the 108 shlokas. So from the beginning, if you calculate and you know where your star comes, asterism comes, that number will correspond to a particular set of 4 shlokas in Viṣṇu Sahasranāma. Anyway, this is for those who have a tremendous belief in the Viṣṇu Sahasranāma. Ishwara Vikrami Dhanvi Medhavi Vikramakrama. Medhavi is over Vikramaha. Vikramaha, he strode the three worlds by three strides. Right? This is a practical example of his three facets. What are the three facets? As Vishwam, he pervades the entire universe. As Vishnu, he is everything in the universe. As Ishwara, he controls everything in the universe. Vishwam, Vishnu, Ishwara. These three facets. So here is Trivikrama, who strides the three worlds. Also, another meaning. Vikramaha. V means king of birds. Eagle, the white-necked eagle. The white-necked eagle. Krama means steps. Steps. And therefore, movement or travel. So in this sense, Vikrama can mean one who rides on the white-headed, white-necked eagle. One who rides on the white-necked eagle. That is Vishnu, of course, because he is having Garuda as for his vehicle, for his Vahana. So he is Vikramaha. Om Vikramaya Namaha. Ishwaro Vikrame Dhanve Medhavi Vikramakramaha. Kramaha. These words are very simple, but look at these meanings which people put into this. Kramaha means order. He makes everything happen in a certain orderly fashion. I mean, all of us know. In fact, scientists keep on pointing out to you that there is a tremendous order in the entire universe. The cycle goes on like this. There is an order. It is because of him. He is the order. He makes it. That is why he is Kramaha. Remember, even our walking is powered by him. That is why in puja we start by saying Padayor Vishnusahasranamam. We invoke the Lord in various parts of the body. Padayor Vishnusahasranamam. Let him be seated there. We worship him because our walking is because of him. Night follows day. Day follows night. Order. There is a certain order. The whole order is controlled by him. He is all pervading. Another meaning. Kramaha. That which goes beyond the frontiers of the known is the supreme. Purusha Sukta, there is an indication. You see, Sahasra Shirsha Purusham Sahasra Akshas Sahasrapat Sabhumim Vishwato Vritva Atyatishtat Dashangulam. He pervaded the entire universe and strode beyond that. Atyatishtate Dashangulam. So, whatever you are thinking of the universe, he is beyond that. Atyatishtat Dashangulam. He extends even every calculation of the earth's, of the space, of the universe's measurement. So that is Purusha Sukta. Therefore he is Kramaha. Ishwaro Vikrami Dhanvi Medhavi Vikramakramaha. This is 9th shloka, second part. Anuttamo Duradarshaham Kritagnya Kritiratmavan. Anuttamaha. Anuttamaha. Uttamaha. Anuttamaha. Nobody supersedes him. There is none above him. He is unexcelled, incomparably great. In the Sanskrit construction of the word, it is interesting that it means he is one beyond whom there exists none who is greater than he. The equal does not exist. Whence another superior to thee? Arjuna says this in the 11th chapter, when he is all agog with excitement by seeing the cosmic form of the Lord. He says, Natvat samostyabhyadika kutonyam there is nobody equal to you, O Lord. How can there be anybody greater, superior than you? So, that is Anuttamaha. Ishwaro Vikrami Dhanvi Medhavi Vikramakramam Anuttamo Duradharshaha. Duradharshaha. One who cannot be attacked, stormed, or beleaguered successfully. He cannot be overcome. He is all powerful. In the Puranas, we find Daityas and Asuras and others, mighty and powerful people. They become helpless victims before his power and they come under his way. Puranas are full of such descriptions. In fact, why go to him? Anybody who has realized the infinite, to one who has realized the infinite, the lower nature of the mind are the Daityas. The senses are being enchanted by outside sense objects. They are the Rakshasas. The enchantment is the Rakshasa. The lower nature of the mind is the Daitya. Both of them will become helpless before the Lord. If you remember right, the second chapter, Rasopyasya param drishtva nivartate. Rasopyasya param drishtva nivartate. Once we see the Absolute, all this, whatever vasanas or tastes that have remained of the senses or the sense objects, all those things will be overcome, will go away. In fact, I had told you in the Gita class about the Dhanurdasa story where he was so mad after sensual enjoyment. Ramanuja, the great seer Ramanuja, took him to the Lord in Srirangam, that Sharangam Ranganatha, and showed him the form of Ranganatha. We don't know what happened, but after that, when he came out, he became a total disciple of not only Ramanuja but the Lord. Rasopyasya param drishtva nivartate. So he is Duradharshaha. Duradharshaha. He cannot be overcome. Once you are in his control, that's it. So Anuttamo Duradharshaha Kritagnya Kritiratmaman. Kritagnaha, a beautiful word. Kritagnaha. Kritam janati iti kritagnaha. Simply means a person who has gratitude. Kritagnaha. Kritagnyata is gratitude. But here we see more meanings into it. He knows the good and bad of everybody. He knows the good and bad that you and I have done. So he knows it. He knows what is done. Whatever man does, he knows. Kritagnya. Krita means that which is done. Kritagnya. But even a little devotion, a little good deed is remembered by him. And man is rewarded accordingly. Understand this. Kadachil upakarena kritena ikena tushyati. This is a statement in Valmiki Ramayana about Rama. In Ayodhya Kanda, first chapter, there is the city, people of Ayodhya, what they think of Rama is being told by Valmiki. Beautiful epithets. This shloka is a famous shloka. Kadachil upakarena kritena ekena tushyati. Occasionally, if he might have done some good, upakara, kadachil upakarena, kritena ekena, one small help he might have given to somebody. You see, kadachil upakarena, others might have done to him. He is satisfied. kadachid upakarena kritena ekena tushyati na smaratyapakaranam shatamapyatma vittaya. If they do even a little good to him, he remembers it and he is satisfied. But if they do hundreds of mischief towards him, hundreds of bad things to him, he never remembers it. Na smarati apakaranam shatamapi atmavattaya. Why is that so? Because he is an atmavan. He is totally delighted, relaxed in his own self. Atmavan. You see, Atmani eva Atmana tushtaha. So he does not remember even the 100 wrongs that other people have done to him, but he is satisfied with a single good turn, even casually rendered to him. He does not take to heart 100 wrongs because of his mastery over his self. That is the meaning of Atmavan. I am reminded of an interesting story from the Mahabharata. Udyoga Parva. Udyoga Parva comes long after the main incident of the Mahabharata. What is the main incident? Draupadi Vastrapaharan. You know, in the great assemblage of kings and people, this Draupadi was insulted, dishonored, and the Pandavas were helpless. At that time, she called him, right? And of course, he came to her help, but in Udyoga Parva, he talks about it, he laments with regret the delay he made in going to the help of Draupadi. You know, Draupadi went on crying, "Oh Dwarakanatha, oh Krishna," like that. But he did not come to her help just like that. When she was most in distress, he did not go to her help until she cried, "Oh Govinda, help me," until she took off both her hands. By her self-effort. She wanted to keep her sari intact, and both her hands went up like that. At that time, he went to her help. He says, "I came late to her help. I should have gone early." He regrets. So this is the Kritagnyata. He is Kritagnaha. Apichet suduracharo bhajate mamananyabha, says Gita, in the Gita. Apichet suduracharo bhajate mam ananyabha sadhureva samantavya samyak vyavasito hisaga. Even if he is the vilest sinner, apichet sudurachara. Sudurachara means sinner. Vilest sinner, sudurachara. Apichet sudurachara bhajate mam ananyabha. If he worships me, if he thinks of me, if he propitiates me with fullest heart once, apichet suracharo bhajate mam ananyabha sadhur eva samantavya. He must be considered a good man. Sadhuhu eva samantavya, because he has taken the first step, right step. Samyak vyavasito hisaga. He has taken the first right step. Satya Sai Baba used to say, "Take one step towards me, I will take 10 steps towards you." He only is reflecting this shloka. Apichet suduracharo bhajate bhamananyabhak sadhureva samantavya samyak vyavasito hisaga. Samyak vyavasito hisaga. He has got the right determination, therefore he is considered to be a sadhu. Also, look at how many different aspects you are getting of the Lord, you are getting from the single word Kritagnaha. Patram pushpam palam toyam yome bhaktya prayachati tadaham bhaktyupahritam ashrami prayatatmana. Patram pushpam phalam toyam. Patram leaves, pushpam flowers, patram pushpam phalam, phalam fruits, toyam water. So whether it is water or leaves or fruits or flowers, any offering is acceptable to me. Patram pushpam phalam toyam yome bhaktya prayachati. Whoever offers it with bhakti, with devotion to me, If it is done with an intensity of a feeling of devotion, it is acceptable to me. Tadaham bhaktyupahritam ashnami pretatmanaha. I accept it and reward him. So, right, he is the Kritagnya. Krita Krita means artificially made. He who knows all that is done by all. He is the one knower who knows all physical activities, all emotional feelings, all intellectual thoughts and motives. He illumines them all, at all times. So, he is Krita Krita. He knows them, therefore he is Kritagnya, knower of what is done. He clearly knows the exact depth of sincerity, the true ardency of devotion, the real amount of purity in the bosom of all his devotees. Accordingly, he brings joy and bliss to their hearts. He is the one. You see, it is a question of devotion. To Shirdi Sai Baba, a very rich man went to him, and at that time people were offering small coins, 1 anna, 2 annas in those days. 1 anna, 2 annas. 1 anna is 1/16th of a rupee. Even half an anna. He was accepting it. It was all in a plate. The rich man offered probably 100 rupees or 1000 rupees or whatever, bunch of currency, and he tried to offer it. Shirdi Sai Baba prevented him doing that. I know where that money comes from. Take it away. You are not offering it out of devotion. You are only offering it as an atonement for the wrongs you have done in procuring it. Therefore, the real amount of purity in the bosom of the heart is known to the Lord. That is why he is Kritagnaha. Kritagnaha. Krita means done, action, deed. Nyaha, he knows. And from that all this meaning comes. Ishwaro vikramidhan vimedhavi vikramakramaham anuttamo duradharshaha kritagnya kritiratmavan kritihi. Oh, kriti means the act. In abstraction, it is the dynamism behind all activities. He is the dynamism behind all activities. He is the inevitability behind the result of actions. You see, when you do something, there is a result. Action, reaction. There is a result. Every action has a result. That inevitability is he. He is the inevitability of the result, behind the result of the actions. Therefore, he is called Kritihi. He visits to bless the good and to punish the evil. In short, he is the one who rewards all our actions. You see, our actions start with a desire and a determination and an effort and the final action or whatever. Ichchati, sankalpyati, yatate, sadhyati. Ichchati means desire. First, the desire springs in the heart or mind. Then there is a determination by the intellect to do. Then there is an effort made on about the action. Sadhyati. Then the action is done. All these four are due to him. That is he is Kritihi. That is why Saundarya Lahari, the last shloka, says the entire work of 100 shlokas which Shankaracharya is usually ascribed to Adi Shankaracharya. He says, Sudiyabhir Vagbhir Tava Janani Vacham Stutiriyam. This whole stotra which I have done, I am supposed to have done, is only your words. You have spoken through me. Pradeepa Jwalabhir Divasakara Nirajana Vidihi. The sun is there, bright sun, glowing sun, and you go a camphor light, Deepa Aradhana, Nirajana, to the sun. What is the great thing? Sun is the greatest light, and your light does nothing to him. So it is like that. That is what I have done, he says. Tvadiya vakbhit tava janani vacham stutiriyam. So you are the one who have made this stotra prize of yourself. Kritihi. The next name is Atmavan. Another important name. Atmavan means master of the self. Atmavan. One who is established in the self. One who is his own self. Ever vigilant. You know, in the Sanat Sujatiyam class, we said that Apramadaha, Pramadaha. Pramadaha is death. The moment you slip from the position that you are the self. I am the self. You see, Naham Dego na Indriyanyantarango na Agankara Pranavargo na Buddhi Dharapatya Kshetra Vittadi Duraga Sakshi Nityaha Pratyagatma Shivoham. So I am Shiva, I am Sakshi, I am the self. This is the thought that must be ingrained in us. When you slip down from this thought, you have done a pramada. You see? So apramattaha, he is ever vigilant. Therefore he is Atmavan. In fact, in Chandogya Upanishad, in chapter 7, 24:1, there is a beautiful paragraph. Yatra nanyat pashyati, nanyat shrunoti, nanyat vijanati, sabhuma. Where one does not see another. Advaita. Advaita is coming. Where one does not see another, where one does not hear another, where one does not know another, neither sees, nor hears, nor knows. Sabhuma, that is the infinite. Yatra anyat pashyati, anyat shrunoti, anyat vijanati, tadalpam. When one sees another, when one hears another, when one knows another, that is not infinite. Alpam, finite. Yo vai bhuma tad amritam. Whatever is infinite, that is bliss. Yad alpam tad martyam. Whatever is finite, that is death. Sa bhagavaha kasmin prasisthita. This infinite consciousness, Bhagavan, where is he established is the question. Swe mahimni, by in his own glory. He is established in his own self. Swe mahimni. So, in its own glory he is established. He is Atmavan. That is why he is Atmavan. Okay. Kritira Atmavan. Next sloka. Suresha Sharanam Sharma Vishwareta Prajabhavaha. Sureshaha, easy meaning, Lord of the divines. Sura, divine. Ishaha, Lord. Sureshaha, Lord of the divines. That is why the Gita says, you see, you propitiate the Devas and Devas will give it to you back. Devan bhavayata nena, te deva bhavayantu bhaga. This is the krama, this is the order of the Lord. You propitiate the divines, he is the Lord of the divines. Sureshaha, the Lord, right? In Narayaniyam, there's an interesting shloka which focuses on this point. Yad bhityodeti suryo dahati jagadagano vati vayus tadanye yad bhita patmajadya punaruchita balin akaran tenukalam yenaivaropita prak nijapadam apite chavitarashcha pachat tasmai vishwam niyantre vayam api bhavate Krishna karma pranamam yad bhityodeti suryo, because of his fear. Bhishasmat dvata pavate Upanishad. Bhishodeti surya, by his fear the sun rises, the wind blows. So yad bhityodeti suryo dakhaticha dagano, the fire heats. Yad bhityodeti suryo dakhaticha dagano vati vayustadanye, wind blows. Yad bhita padmajadya, even Brahma and others. Yad bhita padmajadya punaruchita balin aharan tenukalam. He has ordained certain rules, certain work for them, departments. So they are strictly obeying that whatever has been ordained for them. Yadbhita Padmajadhya Punaruchita Balina Aharantenu Kalam Yenaivaropita Prag. They have been put in that position. Right? These great Brahma, Indra, Varuna and all people have been put in that position. Yenaivaropita Prag Nijapadam Vijay Chavitara Shapachat. Later they are taken away from that position. You see, when the time comes, Tasmai Vishwam Niyantre, that ordainer, that master of the world, I am bowing. That's the thing. Therefore he is Suresha. We see the name Suresha very often. Suresh. Yeah, it has so much of meaning in it. Suresha Sharanam Sharma. Sharanam means refuge. He is the refuge. Sharanam Sharma. Arthanam Artigantaram Bhitanam Bhitinashanam. About Rama. Arthanam Artigantaram. Those who are distressed, Arthanam Artigantaram. He removes the distress. Arthanam Artigantaram Bhitanam Bhitinashanam. Those who are afraid, he takes away the fear out of you. When he is there, nobody need fear. So, Arthanam Artigantaram Bhitanam Bhitinashanam. So, Sharanam. Ramanuja had a Shishya, Kuresha is his name. Kuresha. Kuresha has done an interesting stotra. It is called Arthatrana Parayana Stotram. Arthatrana, protection of the distressed people. Arthatrana Parayana Stotram. He is adept. He is always concerned about the protection of the distressed. So the stotram. And the very first sloka tells you the contents of the whole stotra. First sloka. Vatsalyat abhayapradana samayat arthartha nirvapanat audatyad akashoshanat aganita shreyahpada prapanaat sevya shripatirekayeva jagatam yete chakshakshinaha sevyaha shripatihi ekayeva jagatam. In the universe, the only person who is to be worshipped, who is to be surrendered to, who is to be taken as a final sharana, final refuge is Sevya Shripati Shripati. He is Vishnu. Sevya Shripati Rekayeva Jagatam Yetecha Shakshakshina. These are the 6 witnesses. 6 Shakshi. 6 witnesses. Who are the 6 witnesses? Prahladascha, Vibhishanascha, Karirat, Panchali, Ahalya, Dhruvaha. You know the stories of all these 6, otherwise you better know them. All of them stand in great testimony to the fact that when he is the Sharana at all times for all people. And remember, these people are not just, they have not been taken from the present population. Over the history of millions and millions of years. Prahladascha, Vibhishanascha, Karirat, that is Gajendra. Prahladascha, Vibhishanascha, Karirat, Panchali, Ahalya, Dhruvaha. Each one, what was the greatness in their redemption, that is described in the remaining part of the sloka. Vatsalyat, Prahladan, Vatsalya, by sheer affection. Abhayapradana Samayat, Prahladascha Vibhi. For Vibhishana, he gave Abhayapradana. Like that, the sloka goes on. So, therefore, he is the Sharana. Again back. Chaturvidha bhajante mam jana sukritinurjanam arto jignasurartarte jnani cha bharatarshaba. Sukritina, those who are the who do the good deeds, who have done good deeds. There are 4 kinds of people who worship me. Who are the 4 kinds? Artha, Jignasuhu, Artharthi, Jnani. Jnani, you understand, the knowledgeable, enlightened person. Artha, the distressed, that is the majority. When we are in distress, we go to the Lord. Artha, Jignasuhu, one who wants to know. One who wants to know. We want to understand, like Vivekananda. Artho Jignasur Artharthi. We want material, prosperity, wealth, whatever. There are people, and we worshipped him. You see, Artho Jijñāsurarthārthe Jnāni cha Bharatarshava. In the next shloka, he is going to say, Jnani is the best of them all. Anyway, so Sharanam, he is the Sharana. So, Suresha Sharanam Sharma. Sharma. It is not Sharma. It is Sharma. See, Sharma means bliss. Ananda. His very form is nothing but bliss. You see, joy, bliss, comfort, delight, happiness, all, they are all the meanings of Sharma. So he is Sharma. Sharanam Sharma, Suresha Sharanam Sharma, Vishwareta Prajabhavaham, Vishwareta, 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 the whole universe. Who gave the world, life to the world? He is the original cause of this universe. Vishwareta. Vishwareta Prajabhavaha. Prajabhavaha. All the people that you know, Praja, they are born only because of him, of his will. Right? Gita 14th chapter. Mamayo nirmahad brahma tasmin garbham dadamyaham. You see, the womb is that prakriti. Tasmin garbham dadamyaham. I am impregnating it. So it is by his will. Sambhava sarva bhutanam tato bhavati bharata. The birth of all the people. The rise, the origination of all people, of all beings, sarva bhutana, then it happens. Mamayonir mahad brahma tasmin garbham dadamyaham. I am impregnating that mahad brahma, that prakriti, sarvayonisha kaunteya murtaya sambhavantiyah. All the different yonis, all the different wombs, whatever is born, murtayaha sambhavantiyah. In the universe, many things are born. Tasam Brahma Mahat Yonihi. For all of them, I am the grand womb there. Aham Bija Pradap. Brahma, grand womb is Prakriti. I am the Bija Pradapita. I am the impregnator. Aham Bija Pradapita. This is the shloka in the 14th chapter. So that is Prajabhavaha. Suresha Sharanam Sharma Vishwareta Prajabhavaha. So that takes the first half of the 10th shloka, and we will continue in the next session. Swasti prajabhya paripalayantam nyayena margena mahim mahishaham go brahmanebhya shubhamastu nityam lokas samasta sukhino bhavantu.